Did you know that the biggest living thing on Earth is actually a plant? Yes, you heard it right. Let's talk about these green giants of our planet, the giant sequoia trees. They are not only the largest but also among the oldest living things on Earth. Some of these trees have been around for over 3,000 years. Can you even imagine that? These trees were already hundreds of years old when the ancient pyramids were being built in Egypt. These colossal trees are found in the western part of the United States, in the beautiful state of California. The giant sequoias are truly a sight to behold, reaching skyward at heights of more than 300 feet. That's almost as tall as a 30-story building. But there's more to these trees than just their staggering size. They have some pretty unique features that make them truly special. For instance, did you know that the bark of a giant sequoia is fire-resistant? Yes, these trees have evolved to survive forest fires. Their bark can be up to 2 feet thick, providing excellent insulation against the heat. And speaking of fire, here's another fascinating fact. The cones of the giant sequoia only open to release their seeds during a fire. That's right, they need the heat of a fire to reproduce. This is a process called serotiny. It's nature's incredible way of ensuring the survival and continuation of these majestic trees, even amidst the destructive power of a forest fire. The giant sequoias are real-life examples of resilience and endurance. They stand tall and proud, bearing witness to centuries of history, surviving fires, and continuing to grow and thrive. They are a testament to the beauty and power of nature. So next time you look at a tree, remember it might be one of our planet's green giants. Ever heard of a flower that blooms only at night? Sounds magical, doesn't it? Well, let's dive into the enchanting world of a unique flower known as the moonflower. The moonflower is no ordinary plant. This flower is a night owl. When most of the world is winding down for the day, the moonflower is just getting started. As the sun sets and the moon begins to rise, this remarkable flower starts to open its petals. Now you might be wondering, why does the moonflower bloom at night? That's a great question. This flower has a clever trick up its sleeve. You see, by blooming at night, the moonflower has less competition for pollinators. And who might these pollinators be, you ask? Well, they're mostly moths and bats, creatures that are active during the night. The moonflower's petals are a bright, luminescent white, which stands out against the dark night sky. This makes it easier for these night-loving pollinators to spot the flower. And there's more. The moonflower has a sweet, strong scent that fills the night air, making it irresistible to these pollinators. It's like a dinner bell announcing, "Hey, over here!" But there's a catch. The moonflower is a bit of a tease. As the sun starts to rise, the moonflower begins to close its petals, disappearing back into its bud. By the time the morning birds start to sing, the moonflower is tucked away, waiting for the next night to bloom again. Isn't it fascinating how nature has its unique ways? Some flowers wake up with the sun and close their petals as the sun sets, but not the moonflower. It dances to its own tune and blooms under the moon. The world of plants is full of surprises. Each one has its unique characteristics and ways of surviving and thriving. Some are early birds, catching the first rays of the sun. And some, like our moonflower, are night owls, blooming under the gentle glow of the moon. So, not all flowers are early birds. Some are night owls too. Imagine if you had to hop around on one leg all day. Sounds tiring, right? But for some, it's just another day in the park. Let's talk about flamingos, the funny walkers of the bird kingdom. These elegant creatures have a unique way of getting around. Instead of using both their legs like most of us do, they prefer to stand on one leg. It might seem like a tough balancing act for us, but for flamingos, it's as natural as breathing. Flamingos have a special joint in their legs that locks into place, allowing them to rest while standing on one leg. So next time you think you're tired, think about our flamingo friends who spend much of their day on one foot. Now, the flamingos aren't just known for their funny way of walking. They are also famous for their bright, beautiful pink color. But did you know they aren't born pink? That's right. Baby flamingos are actually born with gray feathers. So where do they get their pink color from? Well, it's all thanks to their diet. Flamingos love to snack on brine shrimp and blue-green algae. These foods contain a natural pigment called carotenoids, which gives the flamingos their distinctive pink color. It's like they say, "You are what you eat." And in the case of flamingos, that's definitely true. Flamingos are a wonderful reminder of the beauty of diversity in our world. They show us that being different isn't something to shy away from. In fact, it's something to be celebrated. Their one-legged stance and pink color make them stand out in the crowd, but it's these very traits that make them so special and loved by all. So, the next time you feel different or out of place, think about the flamingos. They embrace their uniqueness, and so should you. Remember, being different is what makes you special, just like our pink friends, the flamingos. What if I tell you there's an animal that laughs when tickled? No, it's not your baby brother. Welcome to the wonderful world of rats. Yes, you heard me right. Rats. These little creatures are much more than meets the eye. They're not just the cheese-loving, maze-running characters you see in cartoons. They have a whole range of fascinating qualities, including the ability to laugh. When a rat is tickled, it produces a unique, high-pitched chirping sound that is often compared to laughter. Just imagine, a tiny rat rolling on the floor, laughing its heart out. Quite a sight, isn't it? This rat laughter, as scientists call it, is usually heard when rats are playing or having fun. It's their way of expressing joy and happiness. Now let's talk about some interesting facts about our furry friends. Rats are incredibly smart. They have excellent memories and can remember routes and paths they've taken before. So if you ever find yourself in a maze, you might want to have a rat as your guide. Another fun fact about rats is their love for chocolate. Yes, just like us, rats are big fans of this sweet treat. They can sniff out a piece of chocolate from a mile away. So if you ever lose your chocolate, you know who to blame. Rats are also quite sociable and love to be in groups. They communicate with each other using high-frequency sounds that we humans can't hear. It's like they have their own secret language. So let's give a big round of applause for these amazing creatures. They might be small, but they're full of surprises. From their laughter-inducing tickles to their chocolate-sniffing superpowers, rats truly are one of a kind. So next time you hear a giggle, don't be surprised. It might just be a rat having a good time. Wow! We've met some pretty amazing plants and animals today, haven't we? Let's take a moment to remember some of the spectacular things we've learned. Do you remember the green giants, the giant sequoia trees? These towering titans are the world's largest single trees. Imagine a tree so huge you could drive a car through it. They grow incredibly tall, reaching upwards of 300 feet. And the best part? They can live for over 3,000 years, making them one of the oldest living things on Earth. They truly are nature's skyscrapers. And then there were the unseen bloomers, the moonflowers. These shy bloomers only open their beautiful petals at night. They're like the night owls of the plant world, preferring the moonlight to the sunlight. And did you know? Their sweet fragrance attracts night-flying insects and even bats for pollination. Now that's what we call teamwork. Moving on to our funny walkers, the flamingos. These pink beauties have a unique way of strolling, walking on tiptoe to show off their long, slender legs. And guess what makes them pink? It's the shrimp they eat. They're the fashionistas of the animal kingdom, changing their color with their diet. And let's not forget the laughing sounds of the rats. Despite their reputation, rats are incredibly intelligent and have a great sense of humor. Yes, you heard it right. They make chirping sounds, similar to human laughter when they play or are tickled. Who knew these tiny creatures could be such comedians? So, remember, nature is full of surprises, and every plant or animal has its own unique story. Each one, whether it's a towering tree, a night-blooming flower, a pink bird, or a laughing rat, brings something special to our wonderful planet. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.